So what we will be covering today is just the basic development environment setup that is required on your system to means work with like web technologies for now. And then the second topic will be HTML, in which we will go over the basics, document structure, anatomy of tags, like what are tags, how what are different components in tags, and what are elements, and those kinds of things. And then we will go over like the mostly used tags that are there, like uh, to build a web page or something. And then we will go over some special characters that are available in the HTML. So, and then after that, Alok will be providing you means a tutorial of like what semantic HTML is, which was like introduced with HTML5. So in that, as you all if you don't know, like HTML5 is seen as the biggest improvement in HTML after like first it was introduced. So yeah, so and then we will demo you a small HTML block project. There won't be like any kind of styling in that. It will be just a basic HTML block. So yeah, so let's start this. And so yeah, so moving on to development environment setup required for today. First of all, like you will all need to have a GitHub account, because we are pushing all of our code in. We will be pushing our all of our code and this PPT is also in the GitHub account only. So that will be required for you from you. And then you of course need a updated browser. Any kind of browser will do, like Google Chrome, Firefox, or Web Safari, or any kind of thing. So, and apart from that, like we suggest VS Code as a ID. Like if you guys know VS Code, right? I hope like you know, like it's a coding platform. You can code in it. And so much like any ID that you will be using in your like college to code for different stuff. So let me show you like how VS Code you can get, where you can get VS Code. So yeah.
I have
So if
shared
you,
the link in the chat section, so you can just click on that and go from
okay, okay, let me show you them this way, like how they can search, you know. So so yeah, so you can just go into this link code.visualstudio.com and download. And based on whatever operating system you are using, you can download different versions of it. And that's it. And then in the, as I said, like in the extensions, so we will need basic few extensions for this, like to make your journey with this smoother. So I will say like there are few extensions. Let me show you like what are those. So, so one extension we will be using is Live Server. So what Live Server does is basically, if you open a project in any directory, so it just forks like the whole directory. It makes available the whole directory on a port to the on your browser. So it's a local server that runs on your system, and it can host your files in the browser. So you can just install that. And apart from that, you will need one more extension, that is HTML CSS support. So this just provides you a better means if you are writing something, so you don't have to write everything from your own. You can just type a few things, and you can just press a tab, and it will like give you a much more better, like we don't want to like always write bare minimum things right with our own hands. And so you can just use the shortcuts and all. So this is for that. And then yeah, so now moving over to yeah, let me. So now moving over from the development, and if you guys have any problem with the development, Alok is available in the chat. Sorry, development environment. So Alok is available in the chat. He can help you out if you have any problems with this, like GitHub account or VS Code or any kind of queries about this. So you can ask it. And yeah, so moving over to the HTML topic that means we talked about. So how many of you guys like have a basic understanding of like what HTML is and how what we create with it? Like you can write in the chat, like if you have like basic understanding. Okay. Okay, I see some. Okay, okay. Okay, that's great. So, those who know, you can just means think of it as a refresher, like means refresh your knowledge on it. And those who don't know about it, you can just follow along, and you will be able to like code in HTML, CSS, JavaScript, along with the frameworks that we are going to teach, React and Node.js and Express in due time, by the time this course completes. So yeah, so okay, so let me go over our what HTML is. So HTML as means HTML is hypertext markup language. So it's not a programming language; it's just a scripting language. Scripting tool that you use to create to let the browser know how to display something, or means how to display anything that means browser can, like a web page or web app, anything that we display on a browser contains a HTML syntax, because browser only understands HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So it was created in 1991 by Tim Berners-Lee, who is also known as the founding father of like modern internet. So he has a great contribution in HTML. He has also contributed in the initial means documentation of the Netscape browser that was there in the very long ago. So, and the initial version of HTML was published in 1993. So that was version 1, and now we have version 5. So HTML is like it's not something like that changes every year, so you have to keep up with it. So it's like more they do much research on it and then they publish things. So HTML5 has been around for a while. And then yeah, so HTML, whatever HTML, like as per like every other languages, HTML also has a governing body over it. So okay, HTML also have a governing body over it, which is known as World Wide Web Consortium, or W3C. Not to confuse with W3 School that we use, but W3 School C is the consortium, that a group that handles HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Uh, Basically the whole like means web standards. So yeah, so the latest version of HTML is HTML5, and we will in this course we will be going over means HTML5 only, like because most of the browser, all of the browser in fact support it at this point. So it's not like you will be losing out on anything. Uh, so yeah. So going over like the basic structure, basic document structure of like what HTML document looks like, or HTML file looks like. You can see like means if you can see like this is the basic structure. This is all the least that is required from your side to create a good HTML document. Of course, browser will open this kind of thing. Even if you put a single H1 tag, browser will be able to parse it, but that's not recommended. So this is the basic structure, and we will go over like what this syntax means one by one. So, but how HTML parses this is, it goes over one line by another. So it means parses your instruction. This is HTML document is essentially an instruction to the browser. So browser goes one line by line. Yeah, so browser goes line by line over these instructions, and then yeah. So let's move into the code, and we will be able to see like yeah. So let's move on to the coding, and I'll just explain you like the what the basic structure of HTML looks like. So we have already oh yeah, one more thing. We have already created one repo, which is like Webmonks, and we will be putting this all of the code and PPTs into this. So if you don't know like what GitHub or Git is, we will be giving you a detail into later part of this course. But right now you just need to go here. You can simply download the code. We will be sharing it with you this link after we have ended today's session. So yeah, so let me open this with the code, VS Code. So I can just do like Yes. So if as I said, like there are some extensions which basically help you in this creating or working with HTML. So I'll just without having to write everything, I'll just uh, we have to write like HTML5 and then press a tab in VS Code, and this is like what it produces. So yeah, so let's go over it. Like if you look at this line, doc type HTML, so this basically tells the browser what kind of document it is. So there can be other kind of documents like the print document that browser can parse, or there is like even the XML browser can parse, means browser can show the view of it. But if to tell browser specifically like
Sorry to
what
interrupt, Mihir. But I can see the slide yet. Like other can see the code environment, or am I the only one seeing this PPT?
oh, okay, okay, sorry, I guess I shared the wrong screen. uh,
Yeah. Okay.
okay,
Just
sorry.
sorry. Start over, please.
Yeah, I'm sharing my screen again. So let me know if you guys can see my screen now. Can you guys see my screen now?
Yes, we can.
Okay. So yeah, let me delete this file and yeah. Yes. So what I was saying is like in HTML, the extensions that we told you to like suggested for you to install makes it easier for you to write code basically. So you can see like when I'm writing HTML, so it's showing me like this kind of suggestions. So you can like means just do a enter on any one of this suggestion, or you can press tab to basically let it all come. So yeah, so moving over to the what syntax these all are. So if you like what this doc type HTML tells the browser is like as I said, doc type you can open different kinds of things in your browser. You can open some PDF file, you can open some XML code, you can open and many kinds of things, resources. So what this tells browser is that this is a HTML document, so it's always is recommended to have add this one in. Now going on to the next attribute that we see, this is the root element of the any kind of HTML document that there is this is the required root element that you need to put. You can even remove this part like language English. You can support HTML supports different kinds of languages. You can make a HTML document in Hindi. You can make a HTML document in any kind of language which are supported. So yeah, and then moving over to the head tag. So what head tag is like basically head tags contains all the information about what the document you are viewing. So if you go here that I have shared with you what information you can show in a page. So basically you can show meta tags, you can show title, links, resources, any kind of those kind of stuff, and we will show you like how you can include this all of these kinds of resources in head tags moving on the course. So right now you just need to know like this title basically adds a title on the body is on the browser. So if you open any kind of any sort of tab in the, so you can see like this is the title. When we are saying about title, this is the title, meet, and whatever we have the link URL. So sorry, link code. So and you can customize this title to be anything, and this will go into the browser tab. So now moving over to like some, okay. So this was basically the basic structure of what your HTML will look like. We also have a body tag. So in body tag, we store everything that will be displayed in the browser. So this is essentially the part where you display something in the browser. You, if I write here, like let's say H1,
Hello,
there,
hello.
yeah.
Amir, sorry for interrupting. Is all of you are able to uh, font size is visible to everyone? Is
Okay, yeah.
or please do write in the chat and let us know. Is the font size visible to everyone, or we will increase the font size?
Yes, if you guys have any.
I think Mihir bhaiya, please increase the font size.
Yes, sure. Let me do that. So is it better now?
Guys, please do make the session interactive. So
या आप लोग हिंदी में भी बोल सकते हैं और हम लोग भी हिंदी में बोल सकते हैं और कुछ भी जैसा आपको कंफर्टेबल लग रहा है यू कैन टॉक इन दैट सो और अगर आपको कोई प्रॉब्लम भी लग रहा है तो
अगर
आप लोग बोल सकते हैं
अगर
डोंट लाइक यस
अगर कोई मतलब कहीं पे कुछ प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है तो जस्ट मतलब चैट पे पिंग करिएगा आप लोग को मतलब या तो मिहिर भैया या आलोक भैया दोनों में से कोई आप लोग को मतलब सारा चीज बताएंगे ओके
yes हाँ एकदम so yeah so if I like uh, so if I open this like as I said like in the yeah if I yes as I told you like we need live server. So yeah, I have already installed that as I showed. So I can just do some in your VS Code. You can just do Control Shift and P, and you can just do this like open with live server. So what this basically did is like you can see like it instantly opened this code in my browser. So if I inspect this, and it's running on port 5500, so you don't need to like know about this. We will be going over this in when we come to Node.js part, a more deeper HTML course, but right now you just need to know like it opens your file into your browser. So as you can see, whatever I had, these are some of the things that are added by the extension that I'm using, dark reader and those kind of things. But essentially what you need to know is like you can see the doc type HTML here. You can see the HTML. If you cannot see, like let me, my browser my resolution is like higher, so that's why maybe the text can seem like little lower, so smaller, so you can let me know. So yeah, as you can see like the doc.
Sorry, but can you like disable this dark mode reader because it's adding a lot of styles? Just disable that, please.
Okay, I'll have to see. Yeah, so it's much cleaner now. So there are other things. So yeah, you can see like there is title. As I said, like in the code, as I showed you, like this will be the title of the document. If I write, you can see like it instantly reloads because of the live server that we are using, which is running on port 5500. But it instantly reloads, and the title now our title document's title is cool title. So yeah, and we have added two tags. You don't need to like stress over it now. We will of course tell you like what these are. So yeah, so that's basically the basic layout of HTML, and you can display anything like this in your browser. So going over like what anatomy of HTML tags. So there are many kinds of HTML tags. Basically, you can say like three kinds of HTML tags. Some tags are like which have like opening and closing tags. So let me tell you like what tags are first. So tag is anything HTML under is like any other programming language. If you are using C, even though HTML is not a programming language, but like anything that you are using, a system, anything that we create needs to know like how we are putting information. It means how we are coding information. So for that, HTML has their own syntax, which is like this kind of syntax, like opening this bracket and angular bracket, and then you can put any content in this. So this is basically the name of the element. So this is basically the name of the element, which is the paragraph element. And then this is the opening tag, as you can see. And some of the tags require a closing tag also. And you can put some content in between, like I showed you in the example here. Like in H1 tag, I have put some content here. And in H1, there is this opening bracket, opening tag, and this is the closing tag, right? And same way for the paragraph, opening and closing. So some of these some of these tags require opening and closing tags, but some do not, which are like the break. This is line break element. What it essentially does is, let me show you, like if I put a line break here and I write something like this, so let's see what it does. So you can see like it has brought this one into a new line, even though that was in a p tag in the same line, it has still like brought it into a newer line. So line break does this kind of thing, and horizontal rule is also one tag that is you can use and which doesn't require any kind of closing tags. So you can see that like it puts a line. If you can see, like you can should I zoom in or is it
No,
visible?
it is visible.
ओके ओके सो या सो जैसा कि यहाँ पे एक लाइन हम लोग को दिखाई दे रहा है. सो बेसिकली और भी बहुत सारे टैग्स हैं, बट दिस वाज टू लाइक गिव यू अ ब्रीफ आइडिया अबाउट डिफरेंट काइंड्स ऑफ टैग्स दैट देयर आर इन HTML. So yes, so HTML markup में हम लोग we use tags to describe the it tells the browser how to parse the content. So yeah, as you can see, like I wrote this code and browser automatically like created something for us in the here, right? So basically is it shows like the browser is able to read this kind of language, right? So this is the language, like any kind of language has some symbols, so this is the symbol of HTML document. So to tell like browser what to display and how to display it. So and then the pair of HTML tags, like these tags. So if I tell you, like this is called together as an element. So a single element has a opening tag, a closing tag, and some content inside it. So this is a P element, right? So this is a H1 element. So every element is combination of different tags. Okay.
Mihir, can
So
you increase the font size a little bit more
of
of
what,
the
like
code?
the
Code,
okay,
yes,
okay.
code
Is it better now?
yes.
Okay, okay. Okay, so yeah, so going over like the different types of elements that are available in HTML. So yeah, there are two types of elements that are available in HTML: a block level element and an inline element. So let's see like what a block level element is and what an inline level element is. So if I write this a div element, so div by the name, it's a short form for division. So any kind of element that pushes another content in the new line is hello.
Yes, Mihir, we can hear you.
Okay. So yeah. So any kind of means element that can like that pushes the content in a new line is a block level element. As you can see, it renders into a new line, and any okay what okay and any kind of content that stays in inline, like as I showed you, like the BR tag. So this is an inline element. It is put into this line and it only stays in that. So this is those are inline element. We also have like there are other kinds of elements, and we will go over this one by one. So like let's say I want to show about a strong element is available. So let me show like what it does. So if I do this, let's see what has happened. So you can see like when I put a strong here and when I put a text in between the strong tag, so it didn't like push the element, miss all the content into a new line, right? It just did something in this line only, right? If I inspect this, and I can you can see like the strong is available in the P tag, and the P tag is in this line only, in the whole line. So this is basically what the inline elements mean. Means and there are other kinds of element like B is also used for to make some text bold, but it has been deprecated. Now we use strong and we use emphasis and those kind of tags. And then we have a tag, like to put any kinds of link in it. So if I can show you that also. Let's create one more p tag, sorry. So if I do this, so I'll be using this. You can see like I wrote a, and then I have many kinds of like suggestions that are available to me, like what I want to do. So I go into this link, and I can just do this, and I can just write here google.com. So now you can, okay. Oh, and I need to write here to Google. Let me format this document. Okay, so you can see like I have to Google, I have put that. So you can see like this is underlined and it shows like this is different from this kind of text, but it is still in the same line, right? So if I click on this, I'll be able to go to google.com. Maybe my net is not that great, but yeah, you can see like the Google is opening. So yeah, so basically this is like inline element, and if we go and as I showed you, like when I put a p tag, and then again if I put a p tag, it won't show. Even if I put a p tag here, it won't show into a new line. Like it won't show in the same line. Hi there. So you can see like it came into the new line. So these are like two different kinds of elements that are there in the document. There is like div p, there are headings h1 to h6, there are unordered list, ordered list, and list items. And then in inline element there is this strong that I showed you, and we will be going over these tags one by one as we progress in this. But yeah, so let's move ahead. Yeah, so now coming on to like the mostly used tags that are available to us. So yeah, we will go over all of these tags one by one. So let me show you. Let me clear all this because this was we will be going over all those tags again. So yeah, as we can see, like the first tags are H1 to H6 tags. So basically, to put a heading in a HTML document, we have like 6 kinds of different level of headings available. So mostly you will be in a real world scenario, you will be using H1 till H4, means that's what is used mostly. But HTML is very widely used, so it provides wide kind of like tags for you to use. So they have provided till H6 for different kinds of purposes. So let's see like how this level goes down. So if I copy this whole thing, yes, so I'm writing like this is the basically the syntax as we saw. Like if you don't know this syntax till now, you will get used to it because it's fairly easy compared to some of the other things that are there out there. So yeah, so I have put like all the 6 levels of tags and sorry, headings that are available in the HTML. So let's see like what it did. So you can see like it has rendered all of these headings in a different level based on like where. So basically how you in a real world scenario, how you will use this is a single document, any kind of HTML page. Uh, only you have to have only one heading means h1 tag. So of course you can put 2 3 4 h1 tags, but as I said, like there is a consortium w3c which governs all this. So what they suggest is you will only need one title in a whole page. Okay, so and this like the h2 tags can have, if you are creating like different sections in a page, like let me show you some example for it. If I go to Mozilla MDN, you don't need to know this like link as of now. So if I inspect this, yeah, you can see like this is the h1 tag. The biggest is the biggest heading that you see in the whole page is the h1 tag, right? And then we have like the whole content we have here. Uh, and here you will see like there are different h2 tags for different levels. So this is a h2 tag. Then again, if you go down, this is a h2 tag for description. So basically this is how a whole HTML document is structured. So Alok will be showing you much in a much better with a more better example using blogs about how you can use different and this kind of heading levels. But basically the idea is this only. So now we will go, let's see, like the other tag we saw is paragraph tag. So in a document, in any kind of document in we use, we have to put some content like which are more than headings, right? So for there we use paragraph tag. So if I can like copy some random text from here only. So this is, okay, let me break this down. Okay, so yeah, so basically I have put a p tag, and what it is doing is it will show a paragraph into our browser. So let's see that. So you can see like media type description, whatever I put is this is known as the p tag, right? So means you can put any kind of content in this, which will go as a text in your browser, right? So then we will let's move on to the image tag. Yeah, so to show you like the what we have available as an IntelliSense. So okay, why is it? Yeah, so you can see like when I do this, like there is again this kind of like suggestions available for me. So like let's say I want to use any kind of means I can put here any kind of links. So if I have anything available in my, yeah, I have an image available here. So you don't need to like show write all this as of yet, and you can see like the image is available to us rendered. So yes, so if you guys have any questions up to this point, so you can let me know, and I'll be going over that. So so do you guys have any questions? So you can let me know, or you can type in the chat, and Alok will take it up. So now we will see the comment in code, like how we put in any kind of programming language. You must have written code in your college in C or in Java, so you know like to make the code more readable, and to like for anyone else or even for you after you look at it after some time, so you put comments in it, right? And that's not the only purpose of comments. You can of course, if you want to remove some code, not remove it altogether by deleting it, but you just want to remove it for a for time being, so you can use comments in your HTML document. So like let's see like how comments are. So basically HTML only has one kind of comment available. So the syntax is like this. You write angular bracket, then you write an exclamation mark, then you write 1 dash 2 dash, and then my browser is sorry, my VS Code is doing the work for me, but basically you need to close this tag. So you write 1 dash, you write 2 dash, and then you close it with the angular tag, right? So this is how you write a comment. So I can write here heading code for heading. Then if I want to go over this section, and I can do exclamation mark 1 dash 2 dash, and then code for paragraph. Then I can also put comments here for this for images. So like let's say I want to I have this image available in my document. If I can show, yeah, so I have this image available on my document, but I want to like for the time being I want to remove it. So what you can do is you can enclose this into a comment. So if I write this kind of thing, but always remember to close this, because you can see your ID tells you like these things are disabled. So that breaks your the structure of your HTML document. So always be careful to close it. So now I have closed it, and I will save this, and like let's see like what. So you can see the image is gone, right? The image was here, and now the image is not here anymore. So this is basically what a comment is. You can use this comment to write better comments to show like what the purpose of any kind of section is in your document, much like you write do in any coding these languages. So yeah, and now you can see the image is available again. Okay, so now going over the BR tag or the line break tag, I've already showed you like what the line break tag is. Okay, but let me let's say you can see like in the browser this has come into a whole one line, right? The p tag, even though I have put like it into multiple lines here, right? But that is showing as a whole like one line, right? So let's say I want to means make it break it into different kinds of lines. So I am doing I will put a br here. Then again I want to, okay, so this is a whole one sentence. Like if you want to display one sentence in a line, so this is one sentence. So like let's put one br, and we'll see like you can see like it has the other text has come into a new line. So wherever you put BR into the code, it will add a line break into in between. So you can of course put many kinds of many BRs. Like no one is stopping you. HTML is very it's not so strict about it. So you can see like I have put 3 BRs. So first one was for the line break. The second one again break the line, and third one did this. So if I inspect this, so you will be able to see like the 3 BR tags are there. So first one made the text come here, then two breaks work. So now we will go over a tag. Okay. So a tag is an anchor tag. Yeah, anchor tag is used to put any kinds of links in your document. You can like uh, put link of your own document in this. You can even put a link to something that is there in your document using an anchor tag, and you can like put a link to an external resource in using the anchor tag also. So let's see like how anchor tag works. Just let me put some comment here. Okay. So if I write a, and you can see like again different these are available for me. So I can just use any kind of link that I find. Like if I want to put this link into my code, I can just simply do this, and I can write here media queries. So let me make this into a new line. Yeah. Okay. So anchor tag is there. So you can see like the anchor tag, as we said in the previous our previous also slide, that anchor tag is a inline element. So as you see, like even though I have put it after image, means after image I have put a comment, and then I have put a anchor tag, it's still showing in the same line as the image, right? So what, how I can make this come into a new line is by using a line break, as we saw. Or I can make it into a new separate section. So now it's in the new line, you can see. So if I click this, so you can see like this document opens up, right? So basically, this is the work of anchor tag. You can of course do. I can show you like some ID kind of thing, but Alok will be going over that. So for now, you can you just need to know like anchor tag makes you enables you to write provide different links in your document. So in any kind of HTML document, there are many kinds of links available, right? Right. So you so that's all about anchor tag. Now we have sub and sub. So these are the short form of superscript and subscript, right? So like let's see like what superscript and subscript means. So if I use this one only, like one second. So yeah, so if I do this, first let me write. Okay. So like, let's say I'm writing something like, this is the first. So as we know, like HT is written a little above the line first. Okay. So yeah. So uh, yes. So it has you can see superscript. As you know, like in English, superscript means like to write when you write a text into a little bit above the normal line height, right? So you can see like the first st are put above this, so you can so it creates a view like this. So you can see like I have enclosed st into a sup, and it has made this text appear a little bit above, even though the line height is same. It makes the text of half the size and it puts it on the top. Now to show you subscript, I can just do, or let me do a BR here, go into the new line. So you can see like now this is showing as a subscript, right? Sub means this text has been subbed. So it is on a bottom, and you can create some anything like where it requires you to write text like this. So this is basically what superscript and subscript means, and there are different purposes for it. Mostly, if you are creating a document using for chemistry and those kind of stuff, so you will be needing this. So yeah, so now let's go over strong and EM tags. So let me, strong as the word suggests, it makes the text means appear bolder. So let me go for strong and emphasis. So let's write something. Yeah, let's close this. So now you can see like what I have written. So as I put strong into, like previously in HTML document before this, like HTML5, we had B tag. B was for known as bold tag, and then we had I tag, which was known for like making something italic. So now we have like these tags. They have renamed it to reduce the confusion, because B tag and I tags are used in different languages for different purposes also. Means different frameworks and those things. So strong much more like tells what the purpose of this tag is in a better way. So strong, the strong text is like the bold text, and emphasis EM. What I put into the EM has come into a like italic way, right? So previously it was called italic, now it's called emphasis, because it makes this kind of text stand out, right? So that's the purpose of these two tags. Now, yeah. So now we will be going over much miss what you will be using. Miss, you also use like A tags and you use image tags also, like predominantly. But when you want to create some structured data in your HTML document, like in a structure, if you want to show table, or if you want to show list, so these are like we will go over the tags which are available for that. But before that, if you guys have any like questions till now, you can let me know, and or you can let Alok know. And so Alok is following up in the chat as so. You can also ask me. You can unmute, and if you have any issues, you can ask anytime. So now let's now going over the UL tag. So UL means unordered list. So let me write comment here. Code for unordered list. Okay. So yeah. So I am writing UL. US as the, you can know like by the text only. It's a short form for unordered list. Okay. So in a UL, you need to put a li, which is list item. So if you need that, I can write comment here to better and so now we will put something in the list item. If there is some. Okay. So if I go into like the browser and see like what it has made, so you can see like unordered list. Unordered list means like when you are not, there are two kinds of list available basically. One which shows is numbering with it, like there are numbering with the list, and there is one kind of list which don't show number, they just show these bullets, right? So unordered list means the means any kind of list that contains this kind of bullets, right? So and then we have we can go over the ordered list. Okay. So like let's say ordered list. Let me copy all of this. Now let's see. So you can see like the means these the text now show with a number as their bullet, not like means number as their list like heading. So previously there were bullets for the list elements. So basically this is used like unordered list and ordered list are used for this purpose. You can means customize this means much more. You can show different. You can show new Roman numerals and those kind of things. But we have an assignment for you, and in that you will do some research and we'll be implementing those things. So like moving over to the next thing that we have available with us is a table. So table, as the name suggests, enables you to put any kind of table in your document, right? So if I write this, so I have the table available. Now table, any kind of table, like let's look into some HTML table. Uh, so let me show you like any kind of HTML table. As you can see, like this table. So there should be some. Let me disable this. So there should be some heading. You can see like this kind of the text that is highlighted is a heading for this table, and then there are different table data, right? So this is basically what a table is in a HTML. So like let's see like what how we implement that. So in a table you can do a t head. Okay. So in a t head you can just yeah, you can just write TR for a table row. T head, as the name suggests, is the heading of the table, and TR is a table row. So you know, like the row is this kind of means row is like from left to right, right. So we are basically describing the row, which I showed you by highlighting there. So now in the table row, we put different kinds of T data. Now this represents the table data, T data. Okay, so one. So if I do Control Shift and down, I can just copy it over to three new lines. Uh, table title 2 and title 3. So right now I'm doing one mistake in this, and that's it's intended. So bear with us. So now there is this T body, right? So body, as the name suggests, is the body of the table, right? So like let's write content for this. As I said, like TR is a table row. ID item 1, item 2, item 3, and now I can create one. You can create as many rows of as you want in a T body. So I can just copy this and I can just paste here. So so you can now let's go over the like see like how browser has rendered it. So you can see like this is a table, right? Now you can previously table used to have all kinds of attribute for you to customize its view, but now all of those responsibilities have been given to CSS. So you will need CSS to customize this kind of thing, but you can still see. Let me do this. Uh, Let me zoom in more. So you can still see like when I highlight this, there is some difference. There is some margin between different elements, right? So even HTML as in the basic form can render a table. Now, but we are not seeing the heading as highlighted, but, like we saw in the W3 school, right? That is because the table data, the tag that we are using is for the data. So if I want to put headings here, so I will need to do a table heading. This is the TH. So TH is a table heading attribute which you need, which is supported only in T head. So if you write TH, so it's table heading, and T head is means the container which contains all this is table heading elements, right? Yeah, table head elements cells. So now if we go over and you can see like this has been highlighted like a normal table there can be, right? So basically this is what HTML is. Of course in later part of course we will go over like different kinds of table, how we can customize it, how we can merge different kinds of cells together and those kinds of things. So for now, like yeah, this is what you know need to know about. And I haven't put a comment here, so let me do that. For table, so I'm commenting this out so you can see in your own time what these elements are and what these are for. Table. So, and then this is table row. Table row. ये table heading है. So, and then this thing is data. Okay. So basically this is oh yeah. So this is left. So this is table body. So yeah. So now let's move on to div. So div is a like means div is mostly used to means put different kinds of content in different spaces in your browser. So you can group together different kinds of elements into a div. As a div alone, it don't has any purpose. It don't has any like means it doesn't displays any kind of means information in your document. If I just do this. Let me write definition element. So if I just write bare divs, so like let's see what happens in the browser. So you can see like there is nothing right now in the browser. It has not rendered any kind of thing. So div in itself doesn't have any meaning, right? But you can see like the element is here, but nothing corresponding to that is showing. But what you can do is using div, you can create a division and you can means make some things in your document come together. So like let's say if I just copy some of the things above so that we don't waste time. So like, let's say this I copied, and now we go here. We can do this. So yeah. So now you can see like just the way that text was available here means text was visible here. That's the same way that means text is available here. But when we will go into means CSS, so div is much more essential there, because you can put some IDs into this, and you can customize like many kind of thing here. You can put some class here, and you can means make a div into a center element, or you can do many kinds of things. You can make it come with Z index, you can make it come on top of other elements and those kind of things. So basically its purpose is to group together many elements for same kind of purpose. So I will create, if I have to, like I will create one div for a singular purpose. So like let's say I'm giving a detail on this media query, right? So I will enclose all of that information for media query into a single div. So I will write something about media query here, and media query. We will go over what media queries is, but like let's say it's a gibberish term right now. So yeah, media query is great. If I can write that, I can put some more things, like I can write some list about media query or any kind of those kind of things inside this div. So this will be basically like a container for a single purpose. Like you need to use it for a single thing, right? So any kind of topic or any kind of styling that you need to apply to certain element. Okay. So yeah. So now coming to the input tag. So input tag is a very vast collection of tags that are available to you to take input from users. So in any kind of browser, when we go and when we see like in the Meet only, like if I go into the chat, so this is a input tag, right? So this is like means whenever we want our user to enter something, it can be a file, it can be any kind of text, it can be a date or any kind of selection that they are doing. So this is what means input tags are for. So let's go over some of the input tags that are there. So okay. So input intelligence is not available, I guess, for me. Okay. So in the type, now you can see like what input means types, different kinds of input types are available to you. So we have button. So basically any we can display, there are two things in HTML document to display a button. One is a button tag, and one is you can do input type button. When you but this is much more appropriate when you are creating some kind of form in your HTML document. But then we have checkbox, we have color, we can pick some color, we have date, we have to input date. So like let's go over some of them. Like for basic like let's go over this input type text, and so you can see like this has created one text field. So I can write any kind of any sorts of things here. uh, this has created one text input, right? So to get its value, we need to name it. Means proper HTML syntax will be to provide a name. We need to provide a ID to it and those kinds of things. But since we are not like today, we will be going only on the basics. So and IDs will be told to you later. Attributes will be described later. So right now we just can see like different kinds of input type that are available to us. Okay. So like let's say input type. So like let's say I do a input type button. I can create some more lines for it. This is done by control. I can go into one line and I can do Alt Shift and down key to create something downwards. I can do Alt Shift and up key to create something upwards, or I can just do up, Alt and down to take a text down and up like this. Okay, so this kind of things come handy, and you can go over. There are many kinds of shortcuts available, so you can go over them. So now we can see the button here. Let's see some other kind of thing. Let's see checkbox in this. Let's look at the date also. Email. So like practically, let's see that file. If I want to input a file. Even hidden is available. We will show you the purpose of hidden when we come into the Node.js and React part. But for now, like let's keep it simple. So if we can do a input type number, and there are many kinds of thing available. Even telephone for TEL for telephone, and then you have submit button also. So but submit won't work in our case, because submit only works when you have a form element. So we will go over what form means, but for now let's see like how it is rendered at least in a browser. So yeah, let's go over password, and lastly let's see radio. Okay, so now we can see like, and as I told you in the previous slide, input is a inline element. So you can see like all of these are being rendered inline, right? So this was the text one. Let's go over one by one, like what each one were. So this was the text one. So you can write any kind of text here. So, and then this is the button one. You can, as you can see, this is the button one. So you can write some things here to make it more much more like. Now you can see like this shows a text in between is what this button is for. So basically this is the button. You can use it for different purposes. Then we have the checkbox. You can just do, these are required in different kinds of purposes. Then we have date and date. So different browsers support this in different way. If when I click this, pop-up like this opens up. In some other browser, it will open in a different way, but the thing is the same. Like you can select different kinds of date here. You can select any from this also, like go anywhere and you can select any kind of date here. So this is the purpose. And then we have this email. So email, what email does is by its own, if I write something like Mihir here, so by default it won't show anything, means it won't show you an error and those kind of thing. But if you are putting a validation using JavaScript here, so that will show you a like to write a correct email syntax. Or if you are putting it into a form tag also, it will show you like to put a proper email with @ and and any gmail.com or something like that. Then we have this file. So this is to choose any kind of file that that are there in our system. So I can choose any kinds of file from our system. So basically this is for file. Then we have the number. So if you try to write some text in this, so E is supported because E, as you know, like when we write bigger number, bigger scientific numbers, so you can write something like E and that has some value to it. But basically it only allows you to enter text in numbers in it. So if I try to write any kind of characters here, so it won't work. So you can also use this kind of like control to increment or decrement it. And so basically this is how it works. Now let's go over this one. This is for telephone. So as I said, like email and telephone are two special things. They won't like work on their own, but you can use this in a better way. Like when we will go over the JavaScript, you will see like how easy it is to select anything with type telephone or email for their own purpose and to validate those things. So right now you can write any kind of number here, so anything. So but after we put some validation in it, it will show like we need to put like some proper telephone number into this. So now let's go over submit. So submit, as I said, won't work here, but submit's purpose is when we put a form element. Okay, so yeah, so that's what submit is used for. And then we have the password. So if I, like when you are writing your browser any kind of this, and it shows like this, so you have this is a password field, right? So we all use it like to enter any kind of credential anywhere. So and you can show and hide. Some browser won't show like this kind of button, they don't support it. Some browsers support it, but basically, every browser hides the password by default. You can, if you want to see the text for it, you can just go and do the type as text, and it will be available to you, and the password will be no longer there. So but this is something to see the password of anything. So and then we have the radio button. So as a checkbox, if you have three different elements available, you can select different radio buttons using that. So like let's say I create three things. Name, item, value, bag. So now, why is it not rendering? Okay, let's see. Let me try label. Maybe the syntax is a bit different. So for radio, I'll tell you like what label means. But okay, so it's not showing anything. Alok, is the syntax of radio right? Right, like uh, I'm, I guess I'm doing some mistake here. Can you see it? Like,
Yes, yeah, it seems right.
yeah, it seems right. So I don't know like why. Okay, 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 okay.
So every time we have to give a separate label, like label is not supported inside this input tag.
oh, okay,
The
okay, okay,
label is
sure, sure.
separate tag.
Okay, 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 okay. Sorry, sorry, guys. Uh, yeah, so I had a mistake with this one. I don't remember the syntax of radio. It happens. There are many elements in HTML. So basically, we all go over this through
Just
Mozilla.
a tips, just a tips. Like never think like you have to remember everything. Even a developer with experience of 10 years, Google's the very basic thing. So it's not like you have to remember. Like if you will
And you
start
cannot
coding,
remember when you will,
yeah,
yeah, when you will come into CSS. So there are thousands upon thousands of property, and you cannot just remember all of those. So it's
exactly.
better to like not think over it too much, and Google
Yeah,
it if
just
you're
follow it. Yes.
yeah. So this way, like with radio, you don't need to put any kind of like means you label inside that, as I was writing, and that was wrong. So you just need to provide a text after the radio element, and that will be available for that element. Okay. So yeah. So okay. So now going into the form element. So form is a very essential, very crucial thing in any kind of like when we go into any kind of browser. So when you submit like this, you can see like, so this is a form element, right? So means this is email address, this is like some password, and this is you can click on login to this is a submit button. So like let's go over that only. So right now I won't put any action here, because what action does is, action is used to submit the form to someone, some URL or any kind of thing. So if I write .com, so it will try to submit the input that we are providing here to google.com, even though Google won't allow us, but this is something we will go over when we are creating blogs and those kinds of things in our further courses. But for now, like, let's use some of the input available to us here. Right. And for to use form properly, you absolutely need to provide name for it. So we will need to, like, put some name for it to select it. So yeah. Now let me date of birth. One more thing I noticed, you might be wondering that some places I'm like closing this tag by using slash, and at some places I'm not closing it. So as I said, like, HTML is not very strict about, like, how you approach, uh, means about this kind of thing. You can simply, even if you, like, remove this tag, so even if you do this, the HTML document will still render, and it won't show you any kind of error here, but it will like create some error, like all of these are now a tag. So you can see, like, all of them has become a link. So same way for closing tags, even though closing has not like that kind of side effect as we saw with a tag. So you can just do this for a tag, or you can just close it like this for a self-closing tag. So but basically it's like this only. So now let's let's put email there. Let's put some password field there. And then let's put, finally, let's put a submit button here. Right? So submit button will be used to submit all of this. It's better if you always, like, try to use either a, like, camel case into form name, or a snake case, or anything like that. Will be a much better thing for you to catch that. So right, okay, so this doesn't show like where we are right now. So, like, let's create some BR tag here. Yeah, so now you can see, like, this has rendered, the form has rendered. If we go over this, so you can see, like, the form, the whole element is a form, and there are different elements, there are different things in it. And they, why we put form here, because browser understands how to render form, and browser understands, like, how you can put information in it. So as I am clicking on this, so the basic information that if I have ever entered form in my browser, so it saves basic information about it, and I can use those kind of information just here, or I can write something of my own here. So as you can see, like, browser is giving me some suggestions for basic things like email or password or something like that, but I can just do, and I can write some 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, something like this, and I can submit. But as I said, like, we don't have any action yet, so the page will only reload. It won't submit anywhere, and so basically that is the case. But you can put some action, and it will submit it. Sorry.
Also made like inside this form tag, we can use this autocomplete off to toggle like the suggestions.
Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, for attributes, we will go into different attributes. We are, like, showing much less, like, the bare minimum of HTML here. So we will go over different attributes that are available. Of course, this SRC is an attribute. This href is an attribute. So we will go over, like, what attribute is when we come to tomorrow only. So for now, you just need to know, like, this is how form is. And as Alok said, you can do like, you can put a autocomplete here, and you can turn it off, and the browser won't show the autocomplete to me anymore. So if I go here, so but some browsers even bypass that, and
Mihir,
yeah, look,
Mihir, it is at level input level, I guess, not at the form
look,
level.
the form also
Oh,
enables you to write
oh,
autocomplete. Yeah. So you can write in even in if I write here, so it won't like browser sometimes override this because they don't respect it. So and if I do this, so even now I have like different suggestions available. So browsers sometimes don't means support this. So you can search upon it, and we will tell you better tomorrow. Now moving on to the last two tags that I have for you are style and script tag. So we will be going over style and script tag in coming sessions. But for why I put this? Okay, so. So yeah, but for now, let me tell you like what a style and what a script tag is. So basically, style tag is anything like you can put any kind of style here in your document. So you can do, like this is CSS basically, and we will go over CSS tomorrow. But basically, this is like you can put different kinds of style, or you can import style for somewhere. So you can just do like you can import the style from some link if you have available. So we don't have available. So if I have some links for that, I can just enable the style using that. Or you and the same for script tag. So if you have like the script tag, so you can write some JS here, or you can import some JS using some src here. So basically it's like that. You can also use
Hello.
link for that purpose. Yeah.
Yeah, how to use that password one? Like there's the
Yes, yes,
I symbol over there, right? Could you please
yes.
explain that again?
Yeah. Let me go over it.
Thank
Yes. So yeah, this is the password code. Okay, so what do you want to know?
you. Yeah, I just want to know that how the I symbol is coming.
Oh, okay. Now, yeah, as I said, like this is is inbuilt feature of some browsers. It won't, it is not necessarily available in every browser, but
Okay.
some browser by default give you a control to show something like this, which can do hide or you show or any thing like that, right? But
Okay.
it won't be necessarily available in every kind of browser. But recently, in recent trends, I'm seeing like it is available mostly in every browser. So you can use it. Previously, we had to implement some kind of button. We had to overlay it on the input tag and do all those kind of stuff. But as we are growing, so browsers are also helping web developers a lot. So this is basically for that. Yeah.
Thank
So yeah. Okay. So now, that's all for like the basics of HTML, and we will go over the style, and we will go over the script tomorrow in a more better way. But for now, like let's leave it to that because this is HTML only session. So yeah. So okay, so now Alok will take over to tell you something about semantic HTML. So there were some new things that were introduced in HTML5, and Alok will go over those things with you. And yeah, so Alok, you can show your screen and
yep.
take
Yes,
over.
yes, sure.
Yes, so let me turn on my screen.
Hope Mihir didn't bore you.
Yeah.
Let me share my screen.
So we can take a break also, Alok, if that is required. If
No,
everyone.
yeah, I have like asked the question, like everyone is like fine here continuing because
Oh,
I
okay.
don't want to like discontinue. So yeah, we are good, I guess. Okay, guys. So basically, I'm going to take like start over with this semantic HTML, talk about what semantic HTML is, and later on I will be like comprising like whatever we have learned today. You can say like a mini project. You can say to like summarize everything like whatever like we have learned till now. And obviously, and like you don't need to follow along. I will be sharing the code via email to every one of you. So the very first question comes is like what semantic HTML is. The other question comes in like why even it is required and why it got introduced. So the question like when it got introduced. So the semantic HTML introduced in HTML version 5. So like there was multiple version of HTML, hypertext markup language. So the latest version is this HTML5. So this semantic tags are introduced in this recent version. So semantic few minutes back, like Mihir explained about this div tag. So div tag is kind of like acts as a container to contain element inside it. So semantic tag does nothing. It does the same, but it increase the readability of our content. Like uh, we can segregate what its container means to me. For example, like you can see by the statement here written over here, these describe the meaning of element to both the browser and the developer. And the first thing is like these all are block level element, and it helps in accessibility feature. Like let me demonstrate you one thing, then I think it will be more clear. So this is this website is the Mozilla documentation for like every web developer. If you are starting with and like at later point, you will be definitely frequently visiting this place. So if you will see examples over here, these are articles, asides, footer, header, man, nav, and section. These all seems different in terms of wording, like it seems word article. So what this semantic HTML, why this is introduced? To make us understand, like to make us clearly visualize or clearly understand that by just reading by this comment, I can see, okay, wherever we see this header, I can like conclude that this is the header of my website. Wherever we see this footer, we can conclude this is going to be my footer of the website. The same way we understood, the browser also understood this. But you can in terms of like designing or in terms of coding, you can consider this all as an simple, it's nothing but it's a simple div tag, it's as a div tag, but it increase the readability of our code. It increase the accessibility. By accessibility means what? Like you see, like you often hear that there are a lot of extension which read out the content in our page. Like there are many multiple AI ML models like which read out content whatever is in our website. These comes in some extension or anything. So how to do that? Like this accessibility for this blind people, like whoever is visiting our website. So how the browser know which is my which content need to be read out or which content does not required to be read out. So that all comes inside this semantic tag meaning. So for example, this is the Mozilla website I was talking about, and if you'll go to this inspect, like inspect the code to written over here. So if you'll like you can see this header just by you can I think is it I think you can see it more clearly now. I think am I visual? Yes. So you can see this header just by if you will hover over here, you can see this whole header thing is getting hovered. So this is just acting as an division, as an container, and letting us know about this thing. Oh, fine. This is going to be the header. This is going to be the main section, and this is some other section. If you will scroll down, this is some like let's say if you expand this main section. Inside this main section we have some other header. So this was the global header, then we have this other header which is inside this main tag. And like if we expand this little header, and now we comes inside this division and expand this, we have this something called aside. This aside is for like the link whatever is present in the side. Like it can be of this side or it can be of this side. But just so you know, just by writing this aside, it won't pushes your code element to the left or right side of the page. It is just acting as a simple div. How then the code is being pushed? The code is being pushed to the left or right of the page is because of these many CSS it's written over here. So we will cover these CSS in tomorrow class, but today our agenda is to understand this bare minimum HTML. So you can see this aside tag, then inside there is a section tag, and like how this helps the browser. let's understand. Like there is a toggle in this Mozilla provided a toggle button. So if I click on this toggle reader view, now you can see this cluttered out every other thing. Like this is now just showing the basic, like the thing, like if you again toggle back, we came to this particular link to understand what this semantic is. So the code has been written in such a way that any browser can understand this, and like give us a cluttered, like a clean view to understand things up. So now just by toggling it, like we can see we have a basic bare minimum documentation. We don't have multiple links and all, which was distracting. So this is the power of this particular HTML, sorry, the semantic HTML. These all features you see over here, it's not something provided by the code or the code we write. This is something all browser is doing for me. This Mozilla Firefox is doing for me. This toggle extension and this doing. But how this extension understood what to show and what to hide, that is what the developer did. Like whoever was writing code, so he put the content inside such an like such a way that the browser will understood, okay, what we have to show and what not. So this is like mostly about the semantic HTML. These are few of the tags example, and I think okay, let's dive into some code. Shall we, to understand like whatever we have studied till now, like from continuing from the very first slide, dev environment setup, to then the basic of HTML. We covered a lot of pretty much thing, like everything whatever is required in the bare minimum HTML. So we will be covering, we are going to make a mini project and we will be covering every aspect, like most of the tags whatever we used over here, and whatever will be left we will try to like include that in tomorrow's session and or in the continuing session. So I think so let's get started inside the coding. Just a second. Okay, so in the on the desktop I have made a folder called blog, and in here I have a folder called images, and there is just a single image. So I'm going to open this particular blog folder inside my VS Code, and yep. So let's create the very first HTML file called index.html. You must be wondering why every time we write this index.html and like not alok.html or your name.html or home.html something. The only reason behind this, like this index.html, if you have visit any places, like you can see anything, any let's say for example, this is a very big example, but if you are coming medium.com, or it is something called medium.com/index something, this index is sort of hidden thing, like it is not required. Browser automatically understand the first word index and it automatically render. Probably I will be demonstrating that by starting the live server. Let me do that. So we'll start the coding with the bare minimum HTML. So just start it. Let HTML5 and start it. Okay, remove this meta tag, as Mihir explained. This is used for basically describing what my website is all about. So we won't need, let's clean it up. Hmm, my awesome, not so awesome, but it will be awesome because we are using just HTML for today, and we will be picking this and styling it by some CSS. So for tomorrow, that is. So let's say we start here and start this go live. So we are starting the live server. Now you can see the page is being rendered. We can see this my awesome blog over here, and you can see this local host, this 127.0.1. This is the port number we have assigned in, and then this index.html. What if I remove this particular? Okay, let me do one first p tag introduce here. Alok. I'm just explaining why even if we require this index, like why this convention is gone, like followed. So if you remove this, still you can see this Alok is being rendered. Only I mean to say, still this particular file is being rendered. How so? Because browser automatically goes to this particular path which is this blog, and it looks for the file present over there. If we rename this to something else, it won't find and it will start throwing error. But index.html is something it automatically finds up and render that. So let's not invest much time inside this and start coding a blog page.
Hello. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Like how to connect the live server.
There was nothing like in here. If you install the extension, you can see.
Yeah, I have VS Code and I have already installed it. So
Mhm.
like means you are writing the HTML code here. Okay, like after that, what we need to do? Like
Just click
control.
on the. You can do Control Shift P, and I guess in here live server comes up.
Okay, okay,
Yeah,
got it.
You can see.
Sabandan, you need to make sure is to open a folder, the whole folder which contains your code. If you open just a file, it won't work for you.
It will.
Right?
Okay,
Like Alok has opened the whole folder, blog folder, and it contains image and index.html. Right?
Okay. Yes. So going forward, so basically for this particular this blog web page, whatever I'm going to code, I have planned to follow this semantic because that is the standard. Even we can accomplish all that by using div, but HTML semantic tags are something which like increase the readability, increase the W3C, whatever Mihir was that talking about, that they manage the whole web development community and all. So they have made a standard to like ask the developers to use this header and section instead, but the same thing can be achieved using the div tag. So let's not go dive into much that and start in here. So okay, let's start main. The very first thing what I was planning to do, like we have a web page containing the heading, and then there will be a section and everything. So as we will go along, and if you have any question, you can raise it in the chat, or even you can speak up. Don't sigh. And in the chat, Mihir can assist, and in the speak, if you will speak up, I can definitely assist. So in here we have header, and as Mihir was talking about earlier, the convention, we used H1 for the biggest heading. So let's start my awesome.
Alok, I would like to add one thing here, just
Mhm.
as a note for everyone. So the excessive means this semantic topic is a little more advanced. You can say a little more advanced than like what I showed you. So it will be better if you interact more and you if you follow it clearly, means carefully. Okay, thank you.
Exactly. So just again, like Mihir said, this is standard. It's not so advanced. It's just a standard. We are just trying to follow a good coding practice. Like we can just, instead of doing this header, we can do this div, and again in here div. This will also do the same purpose. But we are just trying to make our code readable. We are definitely knowing that this particular first thing is going to be the header. So let's make it as a header because this particular tag is available in my HTML. And you must be wondering what this and has and something is. So this is Unicode character. You must be wondering, like seeing a lot of copyright symbol at the bottom. So we are at there, like we write this space this and copy and this. So this is something like the same, but it has some other symbol. I can share you the link of all that Unicode character present. If not, we'll come over here. You can see this particular symbol. This has how this browser has rendered. Browser like saw this and rendered inside this Unicode character, which was for this particular purpose. So yes, let's get going. Like now we have this header. Now inside this main tag we can start our section, like
Hello.
so
Uh,
yes.
People are saying to increase font size. So
Oh, I'm
if
really
you,
sorry about that. Yes, I'm really sorry about it. Is it better now?
yeah, I can. Is it better? Like, please write in the chat. Okay, okay, yeah. There's.
Okay, cool. So yes, so I have started. So we are, I'm just following again the semantic section, like sorry, semantic HTML tag convention. So now we have something called section. Inside this section, we can do a lot of things. The very first thing I will do, give a HR tag, just to, I'm trying to make this look at least good enough, even with the like nothing much, the basic bare minimum HTML. So basically my plan is to in the home page I will show a list of blogs, and when someone click on the read more tag or the read more link, I will navigate into the details page where we will be showing the details of the whole blog. So yeah, let's see how it looks. We are proceeding. So we have now article. So HR is nothing, just for the giving a line like a horizontal row to make it look like to divide things up, so it will look good. So that only for that purpose. Again, like Mihir was earlier talking about this H2 tag, so this is nothing but like the convention. Like this was the main heading, we gave this H1. So now we are going to take this H2. This is the subheading inside the main heading. So how one can start with web development journey. Okay, and then small. So this is small is nothing but you can say the paragraph, but in a small font size. So these all are provided by this HTML5, the latest version of HTML. Open devs on September 26. So let's try to wrap this up inside the mini tortoise this sub. So let's give this th. This will make more sense. Yes. Okay. Now we can just give this p tag, and then we can just write lorem ipsum. Lorem ipsum is nothing but you can say a random bunch of text just to fill our division and all, you can say. I'm using this formatter to format my code, and let's see how it looks. Cool. So you can see I have our heading, then this is the very first blog post with the title, then like who has posted, and then the superscript and the description. Okay, cool. What I will do in here.
Alok, is it possible to make it side by side? Uh, you suggested me, so just asking
We
you.
can, yes.
Yeah,
Is it enough? Just
yeah,
because of
because
this,
I did a mistake. Okay.
because of this big font, it is with like okay.
Yeah,
Is
that's fine.
this is this visible to all? This font size I have reduced a bit. Is this visible to all, or it is having difficulty? What about?
Yeah, I can see it
See,
properly,
what
and they
about
are
other?
saying, yeah, they are also saying that they can see it properly.
Okay, okay,
So
good. Yes, okay, then we'll proceed with this. Okay, so my plan was Alt Z to wrap things up, and then yeah, a tag. So what I'm so in the a tag there is a attribute called blank. No, sorry, we don't need that. We are going with this bare minimum. So it's yes a tag, and then actually I was going to plan. Let's do that in here. I'm going to make a folder called blogs, and then inside the file first dot html. Similarly, I'm going to post 3 blocks basically. Second, and then third dot html. Cool. So now I can close this all. I will come to this part later and expand this. Okay, so href is always not used just to go to some URL like google.com or any Mozilla Firefox or any website or VS Code or anything. We can also use this a tag to navigate between different HTML files. So we just have to give a relative link. So if you will do a dot slash, you can see this blog folder. So what I have to do, I am here in this index.html. What I have to do, I have to go inside this blog folder and then access this first.html. So I'm trying to do the same. So if we'll see this, sorry. Oh, sorry, I did a mistake here. This blogs. and then the first.html. So VS Code is pretty much advanced. It will start suggesting you. So just do this. So what I will do, I will give something like read more dot save it. So now you can see in here we have a tag called read more. If we'll click on, it will go to this first.html. Let's go over there. You can see now we are now inside this blocks folder and then the first.html, but since the first.html is nothing, like it's empty as of now, so we will come to that like that later. We will fill something up and then we will visualize it like it's working or what. So yep. So this is done. Now this articles end here. Let's give a HR tag over here to give a horizontal row. It will like segregate our concern. Like this is one single blog, then we have some other blog, then we have some. Basically, I'm planning something to give some list over here. Then we have just read more, and this is the heading. So yep. What I can do, I can just copy this whole content. Okay, just a second. Yeah, I can. Okay. Yeah, this article HR. Yes. So control save. Now we have two blocks, and like I just copied and pasted the same as an above. Let's rename it to give something. What is lorem ipsum and why people? I think now you know why people use it, just to fill it the content, nothing much. So yes, that is all, and let's save it. So now we have some other second heading. Also inside of on this click, this read more, I want to go to the other second.html. Let's do that. Second.html, save it, and now if you'll click over here, you can see now I'm inside this second.html, not inside this first.html. So yep, we are going good. Now we can just copy all this and then we have this third link, we can refer it to third.html. I think it's good enough. Okay, so you can see this article section is ending over here. Then we have this, we can give one more HR over here. Okay, so let's see how it looks. Okay, now this article section has already ended over here. Now what we can plan, we can plan a footer section following the standard. So let's give one more line break and footer. Inside this footer, we won't give much thing, but a bare minimum copyright, whatever, right? Copyright and copy 2020 my awesome, not so awesome, but we will definitely going to make this awesome tomorrow. Yeah. So you can see this copyright again, this Unicode came in place and placed this particular C and the 2020 and this my awesome block. So we have our index ready. So you can see this is my index.html. Now what do we have to do? Let's see it in the full screen how it looks. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Yeah, you can see this is a heading, this first block, second block, and the third block. We will definitely style this much in tomorrow class session. Probably if we'll go to this read more, now we are coming to this third. Yes, everything is working as expected. So now let's come along and start coding this first.html. Again, the same thing, HTML5. We can, okay, let's come to this index.html. And my first heading was, what is it? You can just copy along the title. And then we
That
have,
was, yeah, your
yes.
first article is collapsed. So yes, you can
Oh,
uncollapse it. Yes.
yes. Thank you so much. Actually, I
So
copied.
yeah, yes. So when you have like long things in your means code, so you can collapse certain things. But yeah, so that's what Alok did there.
And it leads to mistakes. So don't mistake mine. Like always like expand it and follow it thoroughly. Okay, so now we are going to actually code the very first HTML, like what our plan is. So when I will click on this read more, I will go to this particular first.html and going to render how it is going to look. So as of now, we have just given this title. So let's see that how that is looking. So I'm going to click on this first article and click on read more. The first article is about how one can start with web development journey. If I click on this, we came inside this first.html and you can see the title over here. We have got the title. Now we can start coding the how it is going to look like. So again, we are going to follow the same standard practice. So let's see, article, because this is a single article, so we can just start with article, because in there like we had 3 articles in the list to show. Now we have single article because it is basic. This is basically the details page of my blog. So what I can do, every article has an header, so let's get that header. Again, the header comes in this h1 tag, and the header we have handy. Okay, I have to give one small description, like asking who wrote this, what this is about. So again, 26. Okay, again I can do that sub thing. So you can see if I started writing from here, so it is actually considering as a single word. So my VS Code is not suggesting things. So what I do in such circumstances, I make some space and then started writing. So SUP. So now my VS Code is suggesting there is an like tag name sub we can use. So is that what something you're looking for? Yes, I'm looking for that. So I can just click on enter and it's written. Now we can just give 26th and then we have September and 2020. Let's see. Now we have this heading over here and then this 26th of September 2020. Let's clone it, remove this all. We can actually give a tag over here. So and let's make this blank. No, let's make this simple without attribute list. We won't go anywhere. We, as of, so let's say if you want to click on something, you go to some other link or other page, you definitely write something over here. But sometimes there is a read, like we want it to be clickable, but we don't want to let user navigate any place. This is like the rarest, but even in the development phase we do that. So we just write it has, so it won't go anywhere, it will just stay over here without reloading or doing anything. So inside a tag I can just give probably yep, open devs, or let's do TechBairn. In that case I have to change it because it won't look good. In here it was saying that it is written by open devs, and now yeah, so it is good now. Okay, so header is mine. Now header is done. We can give some image over here. So img src. src, I have stored the image inside this images folder, and then this, sorry, coding.jpg and alt tag. Alternative is given when like for some reason this didn't load up, then what is going to show in the UI. So for now I'm just going to write it like coding image, that is all. So now since like let's say for some reason I misplaced the spelling and did something wrong, you can see it is actually conveying to the user there was an image supposed to be here, but for some reason that is not getting visible. Then we have some alternate tag that called coding images. So if that is good. Now let's move to this. Okay, after this image we can now go to a section where we are going to talk about the details page about this blog, what this blog is all about. So in here we can give a p tag, again the same lorem ipsum, lorem ipsum, oh sorry, lorem ipsum. Okay, I'm using control, I'm selecting everything, then using control K plus F in the VS Code to format things up. So like you will get to know when you will start working on this, there are a lot of shortcuts and a lot of things over here. So as you will follow along, you will get to know a lot of about this. So now we can divide the other section, and let's make this section a subheading. Like there is a main heading over here, and inside any article we see a subheading beneath that. So let's give that. And what is lorem ipsum? I believe we don't have any question around this, but even if you have, you can just ask us. Okay, so now we have this particular heading, the blogs by whom this was written, and then the image, some content, then a subheading, and then the text. So yes, it looks pretty good. And then we can come along, and there is a block quote. So this is basically, you usually see inside any blog post, like we write something and quote someone, like this some quote of APJ Abdul Kalam or something. So this quote is nothing but like it segregate things up. Like okay, if we'll save this, you can see this was my p tag, and then came this quote. So it automatically rendered some white space in front of it. So this is, we are quoting something. This is just for that purpose. This is like obviously not looking some good, like, but if you'll see some website, or if you're following any articles or anything, you will see this looks something good, some gray shade over here. But all that is done using this CSS. But today we are just thought of following only the bare minimum HTML, no CSS at all. So yes, just skipping that promise. Tomorrow I'm definitely going to make this a little bit more awesome. So let's see how it goes. Now we have a lot of content over here, and we can proceed with this next section, I guess. Okay, so we have article, this section ends here. After this, what we can think of, I was thinking to give the section starts over here. Sorry, this section starts over here, ends here. Let's skip the footer. So generally what we have in the what semantic HTML suggests, to every article has its own footer. Like okay, let me first write it through, and then I will suggest explain things up. Author is a tag, and has, and it is no other than TechBairn. So yes, footers, sorry. Yeah, so author is TechBairn, and then we can come below this. We can come out of this article, but still we will be inside this a tag. Oh, sorry, obviously the body tag will, and then give a href dot set. I am just planning to give a back button. Like let's say I'm inside this details button. Like now, if I want to go back to the home page, so what? Now we are supposed to remove this link and go. No, obviously not. So I'm planning to give a back button to, so that I can again go back to this index.html. So for that purpose, I'm using this. Again, I have one Unicode, like remembered, you can say, or written on a piece of paper. So I will just write that up. 9754. Let's go back, save it. Now we have this, you can see this particular you can say, okay, now give some HR tag over here. Yes, so if I click on this go
Hello.
back, we are, yes,
Sorry for interrupting. I please increase the zoom, means zoom the website a little bit more.
okay, website,
Yes, the page. Zoom in the page.
better.
Yep, much better. Yeah.
Yeah, if you'll see, come over here, you can see this go back button. So basically we have just created this particular link over here, a tag. On click of this, we are just asking the user to go back to the home page. Let's try this. Go back. Now we are back to home page. Just ignore this. Just because we have written this lorem ipsum, it is in France, so Google is asking me. The browser is basically Latin. The browser is basically asking me to translate. So no, we don't want that. So click on this read more. We are inside this first.html, and we have this go back button. Cool. So yes, and again, like this, like what I was trying to explain a bit moment earlier, there is this footer, but in like in any standard website, there is a standard footer which like you will see throughout this website. Whatever page you are in, whatever like page, whatever article or whatever you are seeing, there is always going to be a separate footer for that particular page. So let's see, if you save this, and you can see this copyright, this my awesome blog, this is going to be a standard footer throughout the article, but this also is nothing but a footer, but this particular footer is specific to this my blog post. So yes, this is like that, and I'm going to copy everything and like copy and paste it inside this second.html, then come inside this third.html, and okay, let's summarize this up. Okay, great. So now we are done with this first article. Like we just this is my first article, how one can start their development journey. So let's collapse this. Now we have this second article, what is lorem ipsum, and we can just copy this, go to this second.html. We have copied everything from there. We can just find this particular heading. um, Replace both. You can see I changed the both places at the same time. So this is nothing but you can select something, and if something is similar, you can just press Control D. It will put two different cursor, and now we can do anything we want. So yes, so we have done this. Other thing is going to be pretty much same, because this is just loading option. We are not kept something meaningful over here, but we will ask you to, because it will definitely going to happen in every page. We are going to go back to this home page index.html. We can actually change the author, because now this particular book is open devs. In here too, open devs. Now we have third. Let's come over here, let's collapse this second article too. Now we have this third article, rolling, and then the third, come to this, find this heading, Control D and Control V. Now we have this third layout also ready. Remove this tick, because let's make this consistent. Open devs, also open devs. Cool. Let's try. I think our website is completely ready. Let's see it how it looks. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit, go back to the home page. So refresh it through. Yes, so this is my homepage of my website, the blog we was planning to make. You can see even with the bare minimum HTML, we have given some, you can see like HTML is just to give the structure of our page. Now the structure for my blog page is already been given. Now tomorrow we will apply some CSS to make this cool. And then we use JavaScript to make it interactive. Interactive in sense, like let's say in the detail page or in somewhere we have given input box called comment, and when someone will put a comment over there and submit it, it should show that comment below the blog post. So these all interaction being handled by the JavaScript. So we have this how one can start with. Now we'll go to this read more. We have the same heading. We actually launched this first.html. You can see these all are clickable, but even I moment I click in, you can see this extra has put in. Like earlier, the real world application, we actually gave some link which will lead us to the TechBairn homepage and something. So yes, and again if you scroll down, this is the again this hashtag, and then there is this, I think you can clearly visualize, is this go back button. If I click on this go back, we are again back to homepage. Let's click on second, which is what is lorem ipsum. Click on read more. We have what is lorem ipsum, and then again the same interface. So with this, like with this particular, this is a simple bare minimum HTML, like HTML website. You can see like we have to rewrite and everything. But as the course will progress, we are going to take this whole MERN stack and everything. So in that particular courses and all, we will be using a lot of cool libraries and framework. We don't have to write much. We have just have to structure and plan. Like in here, if you'll see, for this particular simple blog thing, I have to make so many files. But if when it will come to terms about this React or any other framework, so what, there will be a single file called layout.html probably to decide how my details page will look like, and then we will just dynamically render the data over there and anything there. Like it's there are a lot of things to study like inside this, but yes, we are just getting started. Mihir, I think I'm done with this awesome blog. This looks awesome. What your views are like?
Yeah, it looks clean. So,
Exactly.
guys, let us know. Like, even without CSS, it looks like clean.
Yes, even everyone is asked to write blogs at some point, because this writing blogs uh, like help you understand the topic in a better way. And even without CSS, this looks pretty much clean. And obviously, we can introduce some clean CSS to make it even more awesome. Any questions,
Absolutely.
guys?
So, people seem a little quiet. Like, now we have question and means question session. So you can ask anything like whatever we taught and whatever doubts you have now
Any
on the
question, like not
yeah
just related to level, relating to web development journey or anything you have in mind or want to something saying.
yeah. Mm, guys.
Guys, you can unmute yourself and ask the doubt if you have any.
Because for this HTML today we are done, and we will carry this forward with some awesome CSS, talking about CSS and JavaScript in tomorrow's session. But for today, if you have any question or any doubt, you can just ask it. Like even understand this whole what this course is all about, what this MERN stack is, what is Angular, what is any questions related to web development journey. Obviously not your personal life, but related to web development journey, you can ask me.
And guys, if you will be more interactive, then obviously means there will be a proper bonding between the trainer and trainee. So you will
Yeah.
extra benefits.
Okay. Spandan has one question: how the link is connected to original site? Uh, yes, Alok. If you like means if Spandan, as Alok showed you, like he is going up a directory by using dot dot,
Oh, okay.
and then he is
Yes.
doing slash and index.html. So basically by that he is going up a directory and then picking means browser is loading the index file. So Alok, you can tell them about directory
Exactly.
structure a bit, and that will be great.
Yes, yes,
I'm
yes,
just
yes.
asking about that TechBairn page, not index one. Like you are
Oh,
clicking
okay.
the TechBairn page and it is directly connected to the TechBairn website. That one only.
Okay,
Uh,
this A tag you are talking about, this open dash in case of here, or is that you are asking?
I don't know. Like I am asking about that you on when you are clicking that TechBairn, that blue sign is coming, and on clicking TechBairn, the website is opening. Is that code like
Yes, yes,
ALR?
yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
This is nothing but a tag. Like this lets us, like earlier Mihir discussed about this google.com. On click of this, so we can actually navigate to some other website or any web pages, or we can. So if you will see here, this we are using this hashtag, and let's say we give this some https colon slashes. When what's the website? Take where, let's go that and see this. So we have this website in here, and what I will do, I will just copy the whole link over here, paste it. So and I will save this. So if you'll come back here, you will see read more. Now we have TechBairn. The moment I click on this, it lead us to TechBairn. So it is taking that. But in case of here, if you come back, I'm clicking this go back. So now it took me back to this index.html. How? So this a tag, like if you can see in here, that go back button is this. Not button, this is a link, sorry. So this go back. So on click of this, what I am asking the browser to do, I am asking the browser to take me to this index.html. So how the browser understood? So as Mihir was saying, like browser has the complete code loaded at the same time the moment we did this. So when this local host, we went to this particular folder, this index, this 5500 port. So what it did, browser has the accessibility of this block folder. The moment I'm specifying dot slash, so I'm inside this first.html. With this double dot, I'm asking the browser to move one folder outside. So just by giving this, let's look. This VS Code helped me with that dot slash. So sorry, slash. So it is actually suggesting me when you will step out of this particular blocks folder, what all folder or files are present. You can see there is this images folder and then this index.html. So I can just click on this index.html and it is leading me to back to this index.html. So yes, this is that. So if I'll save it again, and for some reason I want to see, like the moment I click on this go back, I just want to see this image. I know this is nonsense, but let's try that. What I will do, I will go to this images folder and open this coding.jpg. So this is inside this first.html. On click of go back, let's see how it goes. I came here, I am clicking on this go back. You can see this. Now the website, the browser is rendering this image tag. This is nonsense, but yeah, we use basically to navigate between the page. So now save it back, go back. Now if you will click on this go back, it okay. It didn't save it. Refresh.
Yeah.
Okay, a cache issue.
Yes. Yeah.
If I go, okay, now we are back to index.html. Yes, I hope this clears your doubt.
Yeah. So and yes, so as you just saw, like when Alok opened just the image file, so browser was able to know like open that image file, right? So that ties back to the doc type HTML that we are putting. So to recognize that we are loading HTML, we put that just for the HTML document. For other documents, you can put something or you cannot. Like yeah.
And also, like since we are talking so much about the link, you can see like the moment I click on this TechBairn, it is using the same tab, like
Yeah.
the tab on which my page is loaded. So there are attributes available, probably like we will discuss in more detail in tomorrow's session, but since we have already been discussing, so inside this a tag we have a lot of attribute available. One attribute is called target. So the moment I click on target and specify the value as in blank, okay. So this is a tag. This whole is collectively called as an element, and this particular target is called as an attribute, and this attribute has its value called blank. So now let's save it and see. Now the moment I click on this TechBairn, it opened the website in a new page. Like it didn't overwrite this particular URL. It is opening the website in a new tab, you can say. So yes, this is something like we usually see. But in the case of this go back, we will definitely don't want to open a new tab. So everything has its own benefit and like usability, how you are using it.
Yes, yes. So we will go over attributes more tomorrow, like in the tomorrow session. But yeah,
And guys, any more doubt?
Hello, sir. Am I
Yes.
audible?
Yes,
हाँ
sir.
भाई
you
जी
sir क्या
बात
जरूरत
कर
नहीं है
सकते
यार.
हो.
हाँ,
Don't call.
वो
Alok is fine. हाँ.
You can call them bhaiya or by name. Don't call
ओके
them. Okay.
ओके भैया.
Okay,
हाँ
Sai.
बोलो.
हाँ ओके भैया. सो
बोलो
भैया
बोलो.
मेरा डाउट ये था कि जो अब जो गो बैक वाला यूज कर रहे हैं हम लोग, जो तो उसमें सीधा हम लोग ए टैग यूज कर रहे हैं, तो उसके प्लेस में हम बटन यूज कर सकते हैं, तो बटन को कैसा लिंक करेंगे भैया?
एकदम एकदम जब हम लोग बटन का यूज करेंगे तो बटन हम लोग को बटन में भी अब href मतलब एक एट्रीब्यूट आने लग गया है जिसका यूज करके यू कैन गो बैक, ठीक है। और पर पहले बटन में href एट्रीब्यूट नहीं था, तो उस समय हम लोग क्या यूज करते थे, जावास्क्रिप्ट का एक फंक्शन को कॉल करते थे एंड दैट यूज उसमें हम लोग विंडो डॉट ओपन करके वापस जाते थे, ओके।
तो
या तो
वो भी
बटन में ऑन क्लिक भी डाल सकते हैं, बहुत सारा चीजें अब मतलब बहुत सारे तरीके से हम लोग वापस जा सकते हैं।
ओके,
यस,
थैंक यू।